Is it a requirement or law? See, although that I've been moving in and everything like that, myself and Roxanne mostly has been the hardest at work, but we both be trying to get the flat ready. But I have managed to get out a little bit and get some shooting done as well. And I've been kind of on this little mission to try and find more and more reflections, especially in my work. I mean, it's what I've been doing for a long time anyway. And from the new location, from the new house, it only takes roughly about 35 odd minutes to get into Central, like right to the centre to Bank. So it's actually a little bit closer than the old place. Even though the old place was technically Central, it just took so long because it was so busy. Whereas this, I could just get the DLR line and I'm sorted. Okay, kind of the plan is to kind of go to some of my favourite reflection locations. So this is one of them. I think I've mentioned it before in a video. I think, did I? Possibly. Anyway, it's of St. Paul's, and it's like reflection madness. So it's literally just around this corner, and so this is definitely one of my favourite locations because it's just ridiculous. Obviously that's too blown out, but there's just tons and tons and tons of reflections here. And then also at the end there's like a slant where it kind of goes, there's an escalator that goes down. It would be rude of me not to get a photo, so I'm going to get a photo now. There was a bollard like just in the middle. I asked the security guy if I could just move it. He said yeah, that's fine. So I'm going to get the photo quick before he gets annoyed and then move it all back. So I'm going to put my phone down here to get more of a reflection. Okay, so I got the shot. I'm going to move the things back like I said I would. So let's move on to the next location, which will be number 2 on my reflection list. My second location is over that far side of town, but I made a friend. At least I made one. I'm joking. But what I tend to do in London, I tend to walk everywhere. The reason I do that is because it gives me opportunity to find locations on the way, because I find when you get the tube, although you get like those shots you can get on the tube, you do miss out on a lot of stuff from walking. So 1, it keeps me really fit, and 2, you get to find stuff on the way. So if you do come to London, don't be lazy, get your walking shoes out and just walk. Okay, the next location I've come to is London Eye. Now this is one of my favourite reflections. However, I need water for it to work. I was hoping it would have rained a little bit and the side would be wet, but it hasn't, so I'm a little bit restricted in how I can take the photo unless I can find some water from somewhere. The most iconic kind of like touristy shot is people like to go up here in the distance there and they go kind of like directly opposite from it. I kind of like that shot, but everybody does it. What I like to do, there's a little monument here. Now there is a little bit of a gate you have to kind of like climb over, but you come down here, as you can see, people are just disgusting. Yeah, but it's a really good location to get a reflection shot. Now I like to typically go here, so you have this area here that I like to make wet, and then you get the reflection shot of the London Eye. So all of this mess is actually kind of a blessing in disguise. I don't really want to touch anything, however I want to get the shot, so I'm gonna pick my drink wisely. This looks like the most untouched, so I'm gonna take the Coke. and I'm going to pour the Coke down. Ugh, it is not mine. I have no idea whose it is, so ugh. I will wash my hands afterwards, don't you worry. Take the water or any liquid, like so, and just fucking pour it out. I'm gonna just pour it all over here, just to make it a bit wet. Hopefully that's enough, and we'll have a look to see if that's worked. Okay, it's kind of worked. Okay. I'm really happy with that. I'm happy with that, how that one turned out. Now the next one is down that way towards Big Ben. Okay, for the next reflection shot is Westminster Abbey, like I said. Now normally after rain there's some low-lying like city water here, puddle, as well known as. This is one of my favourite photos that I've ever taken here. It is on my Instagram, it's here if I can find it. But again, I don't have any water, so I'm going to go and find some water. Hey, how are you? Do you have possibly some tap water I could borrow for you take? Not to drink, I want a reflection.
I can give you some water, but it's not drinking water.
Yeah, no, I don't want to drink it. It's literally just to get a reflection of the cathedral behind me. Amazing, thank you so much, I really appreciate that. Thank you. Water. The lady over there kindly gave me some, which is good. It's not much though. I mean, ideally I would have probably 5 times that, so I'm going to buy a bottle of water en route to the next one, because I know I'm going to need water for the next one. And where the camera is right now is where I'm going to pour the water. Now if you don't have water available, or you don't know where to get some, you can always use your phone like I did in the first one with St. Paul's, and you can also hold it up to the camera to get that same reflection. So I did call it and say it probably wouldn't be enough. It wasn't enough, so I used my phone instead, which you can see on the screen. It turned out pretty cool. I think the phone one looks a lot better. I mean, if I had like 2 litres to pour on the floor, probably would have made more sense. But I'm going to go to the next one, which unfortunately is miles away. So I don't know whether or not I'm going to walk, or whether or not I'm going to get the train. I haven't quite decided. I'll decide by the time I get to Westminster. But I'm just going to say thank you for the water. Thank you for the water. She doesn't want to know because she doesn't want to be on camera. What a shame. Fuck it. I'm going to walk. I'm going to walk it. Okay, so I was walking down to the Shard and Tower Bridge. I'm just going past the London Eye. Now this isn't one of them, but I've just seen it. There's this like billboard here. So I thought I'd stop and get it, because it's pretty sick. Look at it. It's so sick. Okay, right. Carrying on with the walk. The one thing I hate about these masks is look at my fucking ears, look at them. Now, it is about a half-an-hour walk to get to where I'm going. So don't worry, I'm not going to show you the whole way. So here's some time lapses to elapse the time. Now, the way I typically do it is I tend to pour a lot of water down on the floor, like here, so you can see by doing that. Hey, finally a boat went past and soaked this whole area, so definitely happy with that one. Gonna move on to the Shard now to get that last shot, and then we'll head home. Okay, walking down towards the Shard, there's a couple of different locations you can shoot reflections at. Now, you can either put the water on the floor along here to get the look-up shot. You also have this shot here. Is reflecting from this window here. At the bottom here, there's like these kind of like cubes that stick out of the ground. Have these, like I was just saying, you have these like platforms that have water all over, which are like perfect for that reflection. Now you have 3 of them. There's this one which is the closest to the road. You've got one in the middle and then one on the far right. The other 2 are kind of obstructed by trees. So if you wanted to kind of incorporate that into your shot, then obviously do that. But I prefer this one because it's the cleanest. You just have the road, so you can put it on a little exposure of like 0.5 seconds, and then obviously adjust NDs and, you know, f-stops, and then you can get like the bus going past as well. So you get the buses going past, long exposure, this reflection, bam. Let's go and take a look at all the photos I've taken and see how they all turned out. I'm good, thank you. How are you? All I asked it was, is it a requirement or law? That's all I asked her.
No,
It's law then, that's all I asked her. And then she went off on one.
It's not that you don't have the right to do that.
Yeah.
But you have to
Ask.
go through the process.
Okay, I'll show you what I was just got told off for recording. Super eventful morning. Done, checked off, thank you very much. Completed. We're going to jump into Lightroom and see how all of the photos turned out, but I'm going to be using my presets. Now, I do have new presets out. They are available, they're right there, ready for you to go and purchase on my website. Description, big bold letters, my website, go over there, buy them if you'd like to. They are the brand new preset pack that I've been working on for quite a while now for you guys to use. I use them both on my daily basis, and everything on my profile that I've used over lockdown and a little bit before have all been through these presets. These are all new design, different type of grade, loads of different ones. Go and have a look at them, have a little go through, and there's also mobile presets as well. So for you guys that shoot on mobile, there's also 10 mobile presets on there that you can buy. I'm going to go to Opti Faves, but on the website it's Opti Edits if you want to know. In this preset pack you get 13 presets, 13 in total. But I'm going to go to the deep blue one, and I'm just going to show you how quickly you can get it to a finished product. Now, you can see it's a bit too dark. Obviously, everything's going to be different depending on what you shot. That's why I've left the exposure meter completely where it was. Now, you're also going to have to change the white balance as well in accordance to your photo. But let's just do a really quick edit. Let's bring up those shadows, bring up those blacks, and increase the exposure. Drop the highlights, nice and simple. I'm going to bring those shadows back a little bit, and I'm going to bring up the warm temperatures a little bit, go to the crop, 4:5, make sure it's all nice and aligned, like so. Bam, edit done. That quick, thank you very much, see you later. That's all you have to do, minor adjustments. The whole point of presets is to get you to that first starting point, which is this, exactly what it does. Bam. Okay, let's move on to the next one, which was the London Eye. Now I'm going to stick with the same vibe because I do like that tone, but you also have City Mood, which is a similar tone, and then you have City Blue, which is the blue one that I like from before, from my other preset pack, and you have Blue Haze, which is a new one, which is kind of like a tealy and orangey effect, and then you've got Faded Blue, which fades out. It's like a tone curve with the blues, and then you've got Faded Teal, which is a faded look with a teal color. You've got a High Fade, which is a very declarified photo. You've got Land's Ending, Moody Feels. You've got tons and tons of options in there for you guys to go and have a play around with. But I'm going to throw on the one that I like, which was the Deep Blue. I'm going to bring up the shadows, drop the highlights, bring up the contrast a little bit more, drop the whites, and bring up the blacks, do a 4:5 crop, and make sure it's all level and straight, like so. And I'm going to bring a graduated filter from the bottom right hand corner across, make sure the temperature is normal, drop that exposure just to give it that moody feel, and I'm happy with that one. Come by and have a look. I'm really happy with how the photos turned out, and those locations, if you're in London or you're ever coming to London, definitely go and check them out. And if you want some help with locations and trying to find some good spots, then feel free to DM me over on Instagram at OpticalWander. Talking of Instagram, I use the hashtag OpticalWander where you guys can show me your work. So let's jump into the hashtag right now and have a look at 2 photos that catch my eye today. So let's head over to there. Gonna go to OpticalWander. Go to the hashtag, 25,000 posts. So if you guys want to get a shout out on this channel whenever I upload and on a live stream every now and then that is the place to do it. Let's do a quick scroll. That one's cool, of a little swoosh of a glass from KMZEE Photography. Really clean, and like again, I love water at high shutter speeds because it makes it look like just like glass. It's amazing. Okay, let's do a little bit more of a scroll, a bit more. Now if I do go past yours, I'm sorry, I'm just looking for one that really pops out. That one there really pops out, and this is from Jin Quimpo. I really like that a lot. It's a great edit, and I like the way that you've added in that flare from the top left-hand corner as well. Now again, if you do want to get notified every time I upload, hit the notification bell after you subscribed. That way you do get notified when I do upload my videos, and I will be uploading on a very regular occasion going forward. So with all that being said, create more, stress less, and of course, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.